Hey everyone, it's May 19th, about a little after 8 o'clock in the evening. Thought I'd do a little garden update here. You see the canna lilies are starting to get a little bit bigger. They're probably a foot tall at this point, and a lot of growing to do yet. Other things are doing fine. Mainly wanted to look at the vegetable garden here. Show a couple things. You can see the peas have gotten really tall. You can definitely tell which way the wind blows in this backyard, or tends to blow. Probably helps that we have the tool shed there to protect from the west wind, but in any case, those peas are, easily 3 feet tall, and you can see they've started to bloom out, so they're starting to get ready to set fruit. So hopefully here in the next couple weeks, again, fingers crossed that we survive the hailstorms, but within a couple weeks I'm hoping that we'll be able to pick some peas to have put in our salads or whatever. My marigolds are doing all right. The ones I planted in the ground here, the marigolds actually got gobbled up by, I think, garden slugs. Those little assholes. My false indigo is getting pretty big again. And you can see my marigolds here. Again, I'm pretty sure they're getting eaten by garden slugs. I saw a few of them congregated around that one a few nights ago. I might have to just replant those. There's my prickly pear in a container. This is my clematis vine. Haven't really shown much of it. It's the kind that you're not supposed to cut back to the ground every year. And it's supposed to get, like 30 feet worth of vine growth. The idea was that I would have it grow over the shed. And I did get it to grow about halfway up the roof there. But then the vines started to kind of die on top of the shed. So I cut it back. And then we had a few years ago, I think I mentioned, we had a late freeze, and a lot of the vines that were up froze and died. And so this past year I cut it off at the ground. And that's the growth that we've had from just this year so far. And you can see it's blooming out. It's probably going to be done blooming here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Cilantro is ready to go. You can tell I've already picked some. It's probably 10-12 inches tall right now, so it is perfect time to be harvesting it. You can see here is where I harvested some, and this is another one of those leafy greens, I guess, that will grow back and you can get more than one harvest out of them. You can see I picked these I think I picked those Friday actually, and then I picked these actually just yesterday, and you can see I've already got it growing back a little bit. And then you can see that this is the cilantro here that I planted, about probably a good month after I planted this stuff. So we'll see how that works. The lettuce, this is the third growth on it. I've harvested it twice. The second growth harvest actually didn't taste too bad. I don't know what the third growth is going to taste like. I don't know if it'll taste very good or not, but we may or may not try to eat some of it. We have an awful lot of it in the fridge. And you can see my white pumpkins there are starting to get a little bit bigger. Those I planted later, but they've come up, and then I've got a couple more over here. And so I suppose the idea is that later in the summer, when it's too hot for that lettuce to continue to grow, I'll just let this area be sort of taken over by that pumpkin vines. And with any luck, I'll have some pumpkins for fall decoration. So the cucumbers over here are looking pretty good. I went ahead and I thinned those out. I took about 4 of the plants out of there. I may have to take a few more yet, I don't know. I usually tend to err on the side of overcrowding stuff. It's worked out pretty well. You do have to watch out for diseases and stuff when you plant things closer together, but when you're dealing with limited space, as I am back here, I try to, plant things maybe an inch or two closer to what the instructions would otherwise recommend. Green beans are looking good. Very hopeful on those. Okra is looking okay. No pun intended. I thinned it out to about every 10 to 12 inches. Unfortunately, I've got some, I'm pretty sure it's ants in here, sort of gnawing on the leaves, or maybe it's also goddamn garden slugs. But you can see here, you know, things have been eating on the leaves, and in fact, one of them over here, I don't know if you can see it, but they completely stripped the leaves off. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I may just not have one. I may try to put another seed there and see if I can get it to sprout, or I may just buy one already sprouted at the nursery and plant it there. I think you can buy them for usually like $1.50 a piece or something like that. And back here, you know, I've got the peppers. I don't have cages around the peppers and stuff yet. I usually don't do that until they get quite a bit bigger. But the tomatoes are starting to get pretty big, at least starting to grow a lot of foliage. I have this one in a narrower cage, so it's more upright than these two, which I'm letting kind of bush out. But hopefully they'll start to get big and grow pretty soon. But anyway, that's where things stand here around May 19th in the garden. I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you all next time.